Up next, we have Erica, who hails from a gym that is full of strong trainers. And that is more her place, to have cute Pokemon and such. Sorry, I just still can't get that Pachirisu. It's like someone else said in the comments to the last video, "Fear the cute electric squirrel! It saved me during the war!" Anyway, we're starting off with a Lugia versus Shiftry matchup, and I was about to be surprised that it was faster, but used Sucker Punch. Very good move, actually. So, Aeroblast will probably kill it in one hit because Shiftry isn't it's not the bulkiest thing around. I mean, sure, Lugia has lacking offensive power, but with an 11 level advantage, you can pretty much kill anything with a super effective hit. Jumpluff, which actually used to be the shit at one point as a very potent subseeder, but nowadays there are many Pokemon that do the job better. Anyway, it has that very, very common quadruple weakness to Ice Beam, so it's not like it had any shot at survival to begin with. Next up, Tangrowth. Tangrowth is incredibly bulky physically, but its special defense leaves to be desired, so you want to try to hit it with special attacks as much as humanly possible. Now, Tangrowth does have a lot of HP, but I'm still confident that I can knock it out in one hit. Excellent. We're doing good so far. I mean, aside from that Sucker Punch at the beginning, but even then it didn't do too much damage. Victory Bell. Okay, so have a choice between Aeroblast and Psychic. I'm going to go with Psychic for the better accuracy, as well as the fact that I have a held item that powers up Psychic moves. And here we go. Victory Bell goes down. I know she's got a Bellossom left. Okay, it's a Roserade, yet another Grass Poison. Yeah, it's another gym leader that doesn't seem to have too much variety in terms of dual typings. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as Brock. Brock was just incredibly bad, but yeah, still sort of a shame. I would have loved to see a Ludicolo instead of that Victory Bell, especially since Misty didn't have one. Anyway, last Pokemon, Bellossom. I think Aeroblast is going to be enough to kill it in one hit. As I recall, Bellossom has pretty good defenses. I say as I recall because I'll be honest, I never ever used Bellossom. Like, ever. Anyway, Erica goes down, so that means we only got 4 gym leaders left, plus Claire, but that's for later. Here it is, the battle we have all been waiting for. Will Sabrina be able to destroy my team with super effective Psychics and Focus Blasts? And for that reason, I decided not to lead with either Gengar or Tyranitar, since Gengar might get outspeeded, and Tyranitar would probably get its ass kicked. So instead I decided to go with Raikou, which has access to the super effective Shadow Ball, which I'm not expecting it to kill in one hit, though it actually came decently close. Oh, we got a Psychic coming our way. Let's see how much damage that is going to do. 70! Wow, there's simply no doubt about that. My Gengar would have gotten its ass kicked. So I am very, very thankful that I decided not to use it and went with Raikou instead. Espeon. Now, Gengar is going to be able to come in since Espeon isn't as fast as Alakazam. So I think I should be able to one-hit KO it. I mean, I've taken down Pokemon much bulkier than that Espeon with super effective Shadow Balls, so I think I'm pretty safe using it here. Alright, there we go. I'm still really reluctant to use Tyranitar because it's so slow and it might get nailed by a Focus Blast. Mr. Mime. Now, this thing, it's actually got quite a bit of special defense, but no HP whatsoever, so it's a bit like Dusknoir, except with some worse survivability. So if I took down that Dusknoir that belonged to Morty, there was just no doubt that I was going to be able to take down that Mr. Mime. Now, Wobbuffet! For this one, I'm going to be going all out. I'm going to be sending out Tyranitar. I think I'm gonna go with Crunch. I was contemplating whether I should hit it with Screech or not, but I might have gotten locked into it with Encore or something like that, and Wab Buffet is so pesky, and it doesn't really matter because I managed to one-hit kill it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Though I was a bit hesitant to not go with Screech first. Anyway, now it's time to send Lugia out because we are going to be dealing with a Gallade, which has that flying type weakness that... Oh, you gotta be kidding me! 5% chance of missing, but its Stone Edge misses as well. Okay, that was pretty good. Now let's hit with this twice. Are you? Oh my God! No one can land a hit. Please let this next one hit just because. Okay, there we go. We're good. The chances of 2 Arrow Blasts in a row missing are incredibly slim, but having my 2 Arrow Blasts in a row miss while his 2 Stone Edges miss as well, I'm gonna have to calculate the odds of that happening after I'm done recording because that's simply gotta be out of this world. Anyway, last Pokemon is Jinx, so I'm gonna send out Tyranitar once again because, well, Jinx is, well, actually, it's got some pretty decent speed, but I got that level advantage, so it doesn't matter much anyway. I don't think it's got Focus Blast either, so I think I'm pretty safe in assuming that I can kill it, especially since, well, once again, no physical survivability whatsoever. This is a running theme in this fight, and Jinx goes down, and with that, one of the battles that I've been dreading the most actually went really, really well. I'm amazed, but I'm also very happy. Next up, we have Janine, who is a Poison-type user. Now, for this one, I'm going to be leading with Raikou, since she leads with a Crobat, which has a lot of speed. So I'm going to need to use a Pokemon that can nail a strong stab, super effective hit on it that is also very fast. So Raikou fit the bill perfectly for that reason. And with that, I should one-hit KO it. Crobat's bulk isn't bad, but it's not good either. It's all about that mad speed it has. Next up, Weezing. So I'm gonna go and use Lugia for this, since Weezing only has one weakness, and it's the Psychic. Weezing is well known as, well, it used to be a very good physical wall in Generation 3, but it's really fallen off the map since then. Nonetheless, that good defense stat remains, so you're gonna want to hit it with special attacks as much as possible. And next up, we have Drapion, another one with just one weakness, which is ground this time. So I'm gonna be sending out Tyranitar to take care of that. It's sort of weird how, because of how bad Poison was in Generation 1, we're always under the impression that Poison is a bad defensive typing, when in fact it's actually quite good. It's just that Psychic weakness mattered so much back then, and now it really doesn't at all. Anyway, Drapion goes down, so that's already half her team gone. I think I'm going to be able to have enough time today to do 4 gym leaders instead of 3. Toxic Rogue, quadruple Psychic weakness. You know what that means? It's time to send Lugia back out. Now, Toxic Rogue is a lot better in Generation 5 than it was in Generation 4, since we now have easy access to Permanent Rain and Overused, and Toxic Rogue is actually overused because of that. It's actually really cool to see a Rain Abuser that's not water or electric or something like that, which, as I said in my column, might be one of the big reasons for Toxic Rogue's popularity. Ariados. Well, I guess there's no sense in changing a winning formula. Lugia will be able to take down that Ariados really well. It's not a level 10 bug, but its stats suck almost as much as if it were. So, now, Okay, Sandstorm rages, Lugia's hurt, so the last Pokemon is Venomoth, which is her ace if I'm not mistaken, and once again, 2 bug poisons! Once again, typing redundancy, why not throw in a Nidoking or something? That would have been pretty cool. But anyway, doesn't really matter because it's going to be going down to 1 Psychic just like the rest. There we go, and Janine goes down. So, we're almost done with these Gym Leader rematches, and I'll be honest, it's been a lot easier than I anticipated, and I mean a lot. Hey everybody, it's not Chugga Conroy. Now you might not believe me if I just say that, so I'm about to prove it to you by taking down a Torkoal in less than an hour. Yeah, sorry, but honestly, that was just horrendous how he handled that. I went back and took a look at how I dealt with that Torkoal, and I absolutely mowed it down with a level 15 Ralph. That's right, I beat that Torkoal with a Pokemon that has one of the worst stat totals in the game. But enough about that. That Torkoal went out easily because, well, Torkoal is very physically defensive, so it's wide open on the special side, which I use to my advantage very, very much. That and Torkoal is slow, so even if Lapras is somewhat slow as well, I could still outspeed very easily. Same thing for Magcargo, actually, except that it has a quadruple weakness to Surf, so that was even easier. And Camerupt, another quadruple weakness to Surf, though I think this one might have Solid Rock, so it would actually only be a triple weakness to Surf. But it doesn't matter because it's slow as molasses, and it's just, there was simply no way it was going to survive this. Level 66. Okay, next up, Magmortar. Now this thing has actually a fairly respectable move pool, so I don't really know what it... Low Kick! That was not what I expected, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's probably a full-powered Low Kick since Lapras is so big too. But, got it with a Surf, so it looks like I got this. No, I don't got this! Good lord, full restore, and I'm really hoping the same thing happens in the last video where, you know, that happened and then I got a high damage roll and killed it anyway. Please, high damage roll, fingers crossed, hopefully. Nope, miracle isn't happening, so I'm going to have to take another Low Kick. I kept Lapras in because I know I can take another one and not die. Down to 50 HP now, so at least Surf is going to kill that Magmortar. Good thing I didn't send out Tyranitar, else it would have gone completely obliterated in a matter of seconds. Rapidash, okay. I guess I have no choice but to use Tyranitar for this, even though there's the obvious threat of Mega Horn. Rapidash is fairly frail, so I think there's no risk in using Earthquake to try and kill it, and there we go, just as I said, Mega Horn to the face. Guess it's better than Low Kick, though. Okay, 106 damage. Now, as I was about to say, though, it's either Stone Edge's superior damage or Earthquake's better accuracy, and with Rapidash's lack of bulk, I feel pretty confident in going for Earthquake, and my confidence paid off because I managed to take it down in one hit. Now, the last one, which one is it already? Sorry, I have trouble thinking. Okay, Houndoom. So I'm going to keep Tyranitar in since it resists both of its stabs. I'm going to go with Stone Edge here because I'm... For some reason, I hold Houndoom in much higher esteem than I do Rapidash, even though neither of them are really tanks. Well, it's true that Houndoom is a much better Pokemon, but that's not the point. Either way, the easy part is over, because next time we're going to be taking on Blue, which actually has higher levels than me across the board. And then there's going to be the double battle against Claire and Lance, which is going to be equally nasty. It's going to be a video that you do not want to miss.